Hey guys, before we dive into today's spine-chilling stories, I want to tell you about something pretty awesome. If you're into true crime and unsolved mysteries these guys send you a monthly subscription box where you become the detective. Hunt down killers, solve kidnappings, stop dangerous criminals before it's too late. I've been working through the Pretender box lately, and let me tell you, it gets intense. Picture this: a horror author's isolated lake house, tons of physical evidence, and get this, QR codes that unlock videos and photos that pull you deeper into the mystery. California. Sun, beaches, Hollywood glamour, the American dream, right? But beneath all that sunshine and success, California has some seriously dark secrets, the kind that'll keep you up at night. Today we're covering 5 creepy, unsolved mysteries from the Golden State that'll make you wonder what's really lurking in those California hills. Let's jump in. Our first story takes us to the coastal area of San Mateo County back in 1973. 5-year-old Anna Waters was just a normal little girl living with her mom and stepdad. On January 16th, she came home from school around 1 p.m., changed out of her school clothes, and went outside to play in the yard like any other day. Her parents were inside the house doing their thing. Around 2 p.m., her mom heard Anna talking outside. She figured Anna was just chatting with the family cats. No big deal, right? But then, around 2:20, everything went silent. Too silent. When Anna's mom went to check on her, she was gone. Just vanished. They searched everywhere, the yard, the nearby creek, everywhere. By 3:15, the police were there, and things got serious fast. Authorities focused heavily on the creek because, honestly, that was everyone's worst fear. Maybe she'd been swept away by the current. But here's the thing. They did a foot-by-foot search of that entire creek and found nothing. No body, no clothing, nothing trapped under the dams or caught in the underbrush between the property and the ocean. If she drowned, she would have turned up somewhere. But she didn't. So if Anna didn't drown, what happened? Police started considering the other terrifying possibility: abduction. And that's when things got weird. A neighbor reported seeing a white van around the time Anna disappeared. Inside, a young man and an older man. Neither were from the area. Now, Anna's family lived on this remote, dead-end kind of road. The kind of place you only go if you live there or you're visiting someone specific. It's not exactly a place where strangers just drive through. So the question became, was someone targeting Anna specifically? Enter her father, George Waters. George had developed this really bizarre relationship with a man named George Brody around the time Anna was born. And I'm talking bizarre. Brody basically manipulated George and his entire family, which eventually led to George's divorce from Anna's mom. After the split, George moved in with Brody in what people described as this twisted guru-disciple situation. Some even suspected it might have been sexual. But here's where it gets even creepier. Brody was obsessed with Anna. He claimed she was the reincarnation of some woman he used to live with. He was so obsessed that he insisted they add the name Ife to Anna's name just so the letters would numerologically match up with his name and his father's name. Seriously disturbing stuff. George's behavior got more and more erratic the longer he lived with Brody. Eventually, he was diagnosed as a paranoid schizophrenic. His family didn't want him hospitalized, though, because it would have meant losing his doctor's license. Now, remember that white van with the old man and young man spotted near Anna's house when she disappeared? People started wondering if maybe that was Brody and George. And what makes it even more suspicious, George didn't even bother calling his ex-wife when Anna went missing. Instead, he called his lawyer to stop the child support payments. Who does that? But here's the frustrating part. There's no proof. No evidence linking either George to Anna's disappearance. Brody died from throat cancer in December 1981, and shortly after, George killed himself by drinking poison in January 1982. Did they take Anna? Did they do something terrible to her? We'll probably never know. Anna Waters has been missing for over 50 years now, and her case remains unsolved. October 12, 1982, Northridge, California. An entire family of 4 disappeared from their home on Lassen Street, and nobody's seen them since. The family was Saul Salomon, his wife Elaine, Elaine's 15-year-old daughter Michelle from a previous marriage, and their 9-year-old son Mitchell. On paper, they seemed like a pretty normal family. Saul ran a fire extinguisher business, owned some rental properties, and had a hobby of buying and fixing up vintage and exotic cars. On the night of October 12th, neighbors didn't notice anything weird at the Salomon house. Everything seemed fine, but 2 days later, things started raising red flags. A friend called police saying they hadn't seen the family and that their swimming pool was overflowing into a neighbor's yard. Other family members and even Saul's employees called too, reporting them missing. When police showed up, the house was locked. They forced their way in, and what they found was strange. No family members anywhere, just their dog. Everything looked normal, all the valuables were still there, including $2,500 in cash just sitting out. There was even a Rolls-Royce in the garage. So if this wasn't a robbery, what was it? Then they checked 15-year-old Michelle's bedroom. That's when things got dark. Small blood splatters on the walls, bloodied bed sheets, but weirdly, no signs of a violent struggle anywhere else in the house. What happened in that room? Days after the disappearance, Saul and Elaine's wallets were found dumped on a stretch of highway miles away from their home. Rumors started flying. People said Saul was connected to the Israeli mafia operating around LA. Family members denied it and even put up a $50,000 reward for information. Police admitted they were familiar with Saul Salomon but never explained what that meant. They also publicly questioned how Saul could afford certain things based on his income, which just added more fuel to the fire. Then police caught a lead. Apparently, Saul had a falling out with a business associate on the afternoon of October 12th, the same day the family vanished. The associate? A British guy named Harvey Rader. Rader owned a specialty vintage car restoration shop in LA, which is how he met Saul. Word was that Saul had invested or loaned $20,000 to Rader's business, but wasn't happy with how things were going. They'd argued that afternoon. Police questioned Rader, but he denied everything. Then, a former colleague of his came forward claiming Rader had something to do with the Salomons going missing. Even more suspicion fell on Rader when he was tied to other mysterious disappearances. Despite being the most likely suspect, there was no concrete evidence linking him to the Salomons' disappearance. But get this, prosecutors filed murder charges against him anyway. No bodies, slim evidence. The result? 2 mistrials. The third trial ended in Rader's acquittal. Shortly after, Rader left the country. As for the Salomons, still missing, their bodies have never been found, and their case remains unsolved to this day. It's been almost 40 years since 10-year-old Kevin Collins mysteriously vanished in San Francisco. Kevin was one of 9 kids born to David and Ann Collins. He was a 4th grader at St. Agnes School in Haight-Ashbury. On February 10, 1984, Kevin left early for basketball practice at the school gym. Usually, his older brother Gary went with him, but Gary was sick that day and had to stay home. After practice ended, Kevin walked out of school and was seen waiting at the corner of Oak Street and Masonic Avenue around 7:55 p.m. He was waiting for the number 43 bus to take him home. Witnesses who saw him said he was talking to a tall, blonde-haired man. Kevin never made it home that day. He's never been seen since. Back in 1984, there was no Amber Alert system yet, so getting the word out was tough. TV shows, local news, print ads, that was it. But posters with Kevin's face went up all over San Francisco, and eventually, almost the entire country was looking for him. His face appeared on milk cartons, billboards, and national magazine covers. Kevin was actually one of the first children whose face appeared on milk cartons in the country. Despite all the search efforts, there were hardly any leads. The case went cold. Then, in January 2013, almost 30 years later, there was a breakthrough. Police issued a search warrant for a home on Masonic Avenue. The current owners weren't suspects, but a previous owner was Wayne Jackson, a convicted pedophile. Jackson had died of natural causes back in 2008, but here's the creepy part. He used to live right across the street from Kevin's school. And remember that witness who said Kevin was talking to a blonde man with a large dog? Jackson had a large dog at the time. When police searched the property, 2 cadaver dogs signaled that they detected human remains under concrete. Everyone held their breath. They excavated the area and found bones. But after testing, they turned out to be animal bones, not human. For Kevin's family, this was incredibly frustrating. They believed Jackson should have been investigated way back when, especially since he already had a history of pedophile behavior and arrests. Kevin Collins' case remains unsolved to this day. His family still doesn't have answers. So there you have it, unsolved mysteries from California. California is the 3rd largest state in the US, so it's no surprise that creepy stories like these lurk beneath the surface of this beautiful but heavily populated state. Behind the Hollywood glamour and sunny beaches, there are dark secrets that may never be solved. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button and consider supporting us on Patreon. We drop new videos every Wednesday and Saturday, so there's always something creepy waiting for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Stay safe out there.